Hello, parent and school educator. Welcome back to Picking Through Books with Auntie Marcella, Dr. Watts. Last time we met, we dealt with how to guide the grades K through 2 child through a book. So we went through the library, we picked a book, and then we decided, okay, let's show a child how to go through that book using the writing to respond process. And the first step we did was identify. We taught a child how to identify the author, the title, and the illustrator. And then we went through summarize. Summarize means tell the short version. It is also the time when you're going to pay attention to the right there questions, like who is the main character? What happens first? What happens next? What happens after? What happens in the beginning? What happens in the middle? What happens in the end? This is also a good time to deal with new words. Are there any new words? Like in this story we're dealing with, the word rodent would be new, most likely for that age level. So you want to make sure that you deal with words that students may be struggling with or words that would prevent them from getting the right meaning of the story. And this week, we go through the most important phase or step of the writing to respond process, which is react. Tell us how you feel about the story. This is the time that we are having students tell us about their feelings. Are you surprised? Are you sad? Are you disappointed? Are you upset? So we're getting students to get in tune with their emotions. That's where we use students' social emotional skills or let them tap into that area to infuse it into their writing. There are times students may read or listen to a story that makes them sad. So it's a possibility that it wasn't surprising, but it may have been a sad time. So we want to make sure that we help students understand that when you express that feeling, you are going to look through the text to find evidence to support your feeling. So if you said you were surprised, then give us the idea or the event in that story to support that feeling. And if you said you were upset, then what is that event or that idea in that story that caused you to feel that way? And so right here on the reaction step, we are teaching students how to do text-based evidence, how to use text-based evidence in their writing. We also want them to connect it to what they already know. So this is the time when they're connecting it to real life and to their personal experiences. So for example, it might be something surprising or something upsetting, and they may have experienced it themselves. So it is a time to get them to make that connection with their lives as well as with the text using evidence. Next, you want to begin to ask questions, evaluative questions. Do you agree questions? For example, this page, it states that rodents and the places where they live are important and should be protected. This is a time when you can ask kids, do you agree that the places where rodents live should be protected? And if the child says, well, yes, then what evidence from the text can you use to support it? For example, this page here says rodents provide food for predators such as owls. So probably that's one of the reasons why their homes should be protected. But what if they say no? Probably they want to use the idea that if we have rodents in our homes, that can be very unhealthy. So we want to ensure that we give students an opportunity to be able to defend their positions. If they say yes or if they say no, you want them to know that it's okay, but what I need from you is some kind of evidence. And there are times when they have to reach outside the text, probably in their personal experiences, to support their positions. And so as we come through the end of the reaction phase, I want you to know that this is the most important phase in the writing to respond process because we are developing critical thinking skills, and we are developing analytical writing skills. Remember, maybe your child is not yet able to write, and that's okay. Probably they can just write words, and if not, they can always draw a picture. The most important thing is getting them to speak, to tell you, because in order for us to write, we must think first. And in order for us to speak, we must also think first. So once your child is able to think through those responses, you are actually doing the right thing. You are developing analytical and critical thinking and writing skills. So thank you very much for your time. And the next time we meet, we will be looking at the last two phases of the writing to respond process. Thank you for your time. And remember, take time, spend time with your K through 2 child. Your child is not too young to develop critical and analytical thinking skills. In case you're wondering, does this work? Well, I can assure you there are parents, teachers, schools that have been using this process, and they have been giving excellent report on how students who were low functioning, who will always talk as to what to write, when they get to that reaction phase, they get all the light bulbs. Just tapping into their feelings, just tapping into things that they know. Kids just get so curious, and they're doing exceptionally well. So I want to encourage you to visit my website, buddingwriters.com, which is BUDDINWRITERS, and you can see more on the resources, and you can also visit my YouTube page, like, subscribe, share, and if you subscribe, of course, you will be the first to know when the next video comes out with step 4 and 5 of the writing to respond process. You can also visit my Facebook page, and you can ask questions, you can email, and just let me know what it is that you need to help you help your child be successful. Thank you, and until next time, bye-bye.